Hi, welcome to another stream. We're here. Not quite as bright and early as expected, but that's alright. You know, some days you just wake up on a slow side of the bed. I was even kind of slow to start this one. I realized as I was doing all of this work, as I was like pushing the start stream button, that I had to respond to some DMs from people. I had to organize some files. I had to upload some files. I had to do a bunch of shit. And yeah, it's a little strange, but here we are. Permanently deleting files. Bye. And I guess I'll minimize this for now. Alright. Okay, so I was thinking about some planning related things. I sent Veek a log yesterday talking about cutting the Sumerians and my thought process behind it. And I also elucidated that in the previous log, or the previous stream, rather, so I'm not really going to worry about that too much. I have not actually removed anything from the document since that stream. But I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to do at some point. Pardon the air conditioner, by the way. Sorry about that. So, one of the things that I was thinking about is actually shuffling the participants of the fourth mission. So Salamir is supposed to be with you. But what I was thinking is, in order to set stuff up so that it makes sense for the Conclave to glass the planet, we need to keep in the back of the player's mind the very real threat posed by the Zerg. And anything that doesn't involve attacking the Zerg and taking the war, like fight to the Zerg, it's not unreasonable to focus on the Terrans, considering the threat that they pose. But it is going to sabotage the war effort against the Zerg to not focus on the war effort against the Zerg, obviously. So what I wanted to underscore there is, like, when you divert to Scion in the third mission, Salamir will mention that Alnathok is still being overrun by other Zerg elsewhere in the province. That he does need to get back there at some point, but for the time being, he will accompany you in this battle. And so at the end of Scion, or at the end of the Sword, rather, when you're done in Scion and you've driven back the Terrans and the Zerg, at that point it will be time for Salamir to go back home and try to, resume fighting against the Zerg there. That's obviously a big deal, and I would like it to feel that way anyway. So, in the Shield, you will actually only have Deimos as your ally, I think. So it will just be a 2 versus 2 to start with. And then the Zerg will be released, and then, at some other point, the Protoss will be coming by with intent to destroy the station, as opposed to like what you're doing, which is obviously trying to essentially what you're trying to do is keep the station alive long enough to evacuate Nerazan and rescue him, right? And then leave, which would involve killing more of the Terrans, right? So your goal is actually just to get rid of the Terrans, and then later on the Zerg when they show up. But when the Protoss show up, the Conclave show up with the intent to just destroy this thing, that's obviously a pretty big deal from the perspective of, like, holy shit, these guys don't care that Nerazan's on this space station. We gotta defend him. We gotta defend the space station in a way, even though we're, like, obviously attacking it. So obviously the conflict here is that makes sense from a military point of view, that makes sense even from a narrative point of view or a story point of view. It's sort of like a quote-unquote betrayal of what the player's cause actually is, but I'm not sure if it will be possible to sell that in the middle of gameplay. I don't want to have some sort of gimmick where if the Protoss maneuver carriers or star sovereigns or whatever in certain locations, then they will glass the station and thus blow it up or something. Like, I don't want that to be the case. I don't want it to be some weird gimmick. I just want it to be that the Protoss are posing a threat, so we've got to attack them, and we've got to stop them from doing their thing. And so even though it's only one Protoss fleet, or maybe it's two Protoss fleets, I don't know, the idea is that these now pose a significant threat. And it's like multiple state changes, basically. So I think it's an interesting premise, but I don't know how to make it feel like at some point the Protoss would just be deploying onto the space station too, and if their intent is just to blow it up, then I guess the idea is that once they win by wiping the map of enemy dots, the same thing that your objective is. If they were to kill all the Terrans and all the Zerg and all of your allied Protoss in the area, then at that point they would blow it up. Maybe that could be the subtext, but it does feel a little weird. So. You are a man against Rust again? SMH, a man against SC2 and a man against Rust. Well, you know what I'll say is I'm in a similar boat insofar as I'm mostly focusing on just getting layouts done. After this, I'm probably gonna after I'm done with the third map, in terms of its first draft layout without that much decoration, I'm moving on to doing the same for the fourth map. And then we're gonna figure out what else happens. But I just wanted to edit the shield. So we should say one Protoss ally. The other thing that I was thinking about is without even having to worry about the Sumerian characters, it becomes so much more reasonable to focus on the characters that we're already introducing in some way, shape, or form. I'm hopeful that this will be something that I can drive home, because in the case of the second mission where you have the Lanigan commanding the Terrans over here, it's pretty good. I think it'll be nice to be able to focus on stuff like that in the later missions as well. I did a little vanity shot earlier for the sake of taking a screenshot for the thumbnail of this stream and the previous one. So there's that. But otherwise, I have not touched this map since whenever it was. Yesterday that I was working on it. Why does it reset my scroll position? Alright, so we're looking at runes. Only with melee AI. But Veek has been working a little bit on the other AI stuff, like fundamental AI systems that we'll use. So... in theory, we'll be alright. Can't wait for my new mouse pad to get here. This thing sucks. Oh no. I typoed. Called those inners when they're outers. My OCD will not allow it. Okay. So we've got that. I just need to find the ruins ramps. Dude, there is so much stuff in the jungle tile set. Holy moly. Oh wow. Epic. Now there is still something that needs to be added to this, unfortunately. Which is... let's just say I'm gonna need some good luck to find it. Alright. The fuck? Okay, actually, I think I know where these are. Hell yeah. Okay, and then I just need to grab these. And then I need to do that again, but I need to shrink them. Save. Oh shit! I was actually just thinking I'm gonna have to play that soon. Unfortunately. But looks like DK's beating me to the punch. Emphasis on punch. I don't know anything about the project besides that it's only recently been translated. But I also suspect it's terrible. Even that fucking Zerg campaign, what was it, Zerg expansion? That one was supposed to be like epic. And it was shit. Big surprise. Oh. How could it possibly be worse? I can believe it, alright. Sounds like a fucking dream. I'm gonna have to do this for every single one of these temple pieces, so... He joined the server a while ago, but... I have not heard anything from him otherwise. It does indeed look like he's not interested in updating his campaign. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a world where I don't have to do this. I don't even really mind the painting process as much in terms of like what I was just doing, but this process here where I'm manually fixing the leftovers, that's exceptionally annoying. Everything else is a bit more like putting a puzzle together. Feels like a bit more worthwhile or meaningful for some reason. I mean, it's not. It would be infinitely faster to do it the conventional way. But at least I have some control over something, whereas the rest is just menial. Why can't you upload with Hoop Thrower and Void Spinner? That's accurate, dude. That's exactly what those units are. You could just say, like, Thorin Unit 16 or Federation Unit 12 or whatever, I guess, but I think Void Spinner and Hoop Thrower are way better. Just saying. I don't even know what that means, dude. There is no info on units. You can download the game yourself if you just search 5 Nations RTF. It's right here. But I don't think that there's like a... I didn't bother looking to see what kind of units they were involved with. It's almost a guarantee that whatever they came up with for their units is boring and stupid, so... I just decided not to involve myself. But yeah, it's not a... It is a free game, I'll put it to you that way. Although, I would hesitate to call it a fucking game. I can't even play it without the tutorial bugging out, so... Yeah, exactly. I like that. That is correct. Game? You mean that pile of graphics that we're able to use? Who would have thought? You know what else DK's been doing in addition to playing Huncraft is he's asking how to make the screen shake. Which is, you know, that just means he must be interested in making a giant robot that shakes the fucking screen and gives people seizures. I don't know. I can't believe this. Oh no! Oh no! Oops. Whatever will we do? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christos. Of course, I had to find this out after making the terrain. I'm not actually sure what I just did. But I think it was something like that. Okay. I think that can work. Oh wait, maybe I didn't actually make this symmetrical. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. No, it is symmetrical. It's just really weird. Ay, ay, ay. Isometry. All right, got a couple of bases set up now. I'll put on some music, and then I'll figure out what we're doing. I really wish we had the opportunity to like add to and subtract from selection in a CM draft. Like we can add to it, but we can't subtract. All right, now that we've done that, we'll also be modifying the edges of the asphalt. I mean the ruins to blend with dirt instead, I think. Maybe some mud. I don't think I have ruins blended with mud, but I can make it pretty easily. Should even be able to make it so that the center tiles also fit that way, but that's going to be an epic thing that I have got to deal with. Like running through this and, you know, editing out all the tiles. That will be a journey. On a more structural note, though, I'm not really 100% sure yet what I want to do with the rest of the layout before I get too lost in my more fine-tuning approach to like decorating some stuff and all that. I should try and figure out what I'm doing with the layout in other contexts. Like a lot of this is super rough cut, so I think maybe one of the basic things that I can do is pick the areas where I actually have some definition for the bases, for the players, and arrange their resources as a result of that. So I can actually do the higher dirt over by Arak try to like finalize his layout a little bit so that then I can place his base. For the time being, I can place Deimos' base since I already have something over here. I just need to grab these as well. That's 9. It's not a particularly well organized base, but at least it's functional. All right, cool. Okay. So we can actually stuff a base over here as well, I think. I'm impressed that this one is actually part of this. Wouldn't hurt to also throw down some ramps here. I guess a critical issue here that I've overlooked is the fact that there's supposed to be a ramp over there. So my celebration of excess in terms of the number of resources will have to be moderated a little bit. Still 15, still about the same, so. Oh, just realized I have the wrong one. Remember when I was talking a few streams ago about how I was looking forward to this being fixed? So I didn't have to do that all the time? I remember. Oops. Well, I definitely feel like Deimos' area is certainly more fleshed out now, so that's good. I'm not really sure about this back entrance over here, or if there should be anything else over here. Like, I was thinking maybe we could do something like this. And then there's like more of a reason to engage with the backline area. Like maybe I even increase its width or something as well. Add a bit more space over here. And then I have a bit of room for a ramp that will lead out of that area. So that could work. This ramp definitely feels a little too niche, but this whole area is meant to be like a pathway out of the province. So it's sort of like, oh, maybe that's just the way that they came in, you know? Like, it's meant to be a bit of a implication there, anyway. Just going to quickly add all of the other mineral fields to these bases so that I've got something to reference from. That way I'm not completely lost. Alright. Now that I've done that, time to figure out what we're doing over in Eric's neck of the woods. I think this will be a nice way, like a beachhead almost, for the rest of the map to flow out from in terms of development. I am always, I'm always looking for ways to connect work that I've already done to work that I want to do when it comes to this map design stuff. In this case, I think we've got a pretty strong middle of the map. Obviously, we've gone and put a little bit more development into it this the beginning of this stream, but given that I've got a strong middle and I think I've got a pretty decent setup of like where Deimos is going from, I want to get to the point where like we're parlaying this into development over here into this area. So maybe in keeping with that idea, I could set up this area to some extent. So now we have something of an understanding of what we're doing here. Okay, so let's really quickly grab this stuff. Here. I'm going to make a jungle version of this brush palette. And we are going to... Mostly, it's just for the ramps, but it's going to be pretty useful all the same. Okay. So this would be south ramp. East south ramp. We need... ITR Barbs says, have you ever had issue in saving an SEM draft? Well, that's very vague. So if I have the map open, like say I've got this map and I'm actually playing it in Starcraft, it will give me an error. I guess if you open a protected map, it shouldn't even open at all, but maybe if it's like a situation where you don't have read-write access, you only have read access but not write access on the location where the map is because of Windows, like your permissions aren't set up properly, then SEM Draft would fail to save. So what is your issue? I assume you have an issue. So tell me about your issue. Maybe I can help you figure it out. Check out mods GRP unit unstarted. Oh shit! Void spinner? Oh, okay. You just decided to put in the you gave them the Hydra units. Epic. Oh, gross. Don't show me that. Poor version Griffin, by the way. I agree. I actually have more graphics I should probably upload or send to Voyager to upload. Yeah, I'm not sure what that would be. Like, I've had the experience where if I'm trying to, for example, like I'll pop this map open and then I'll run it real quick. So now I've got the map, the same map that I have open, I've got open in the editor and in game. And if I try to save it now, it'll say, could not replace the map file on disk with a changed copy. And then could not run save map, 0x8000. Or no, 800, yeah, 04005. So I don't know if that's the same error code that you get. If that's the case, it's just because some other program is using the map. All you do to fix that is just close Starcraft or whatever program is running it, and then you should be able to save just fine. So, like, if you have the map open in Starcraft, you can't save it. You have to close the map either by closing Starcraft or just leaving the game, and then you can save it again. So that might be what you're running into. Unfortunately, Starcraft does not support real-time changes. What a world it would be if it did. There we go. Oops. Wait. Okay. I confused myself. If it's something that seems to happen regularly and you can't find the cause of it, you might try contacting the developer of the tool. He does still exist, and he occasionally works on the program, so he might be able to help you figure stuff out. Alternatively, since I've never even seen any other error for saving stuff, the other thing that you might be able to do is post a thread on like starreddit.net or join their Discord server or something and ask if anybody else has seen that error. Yeah, I know, it's really dumb. It's that's one of the main reasons why I don't bother uploading, because I only bother thinking, oh, I should upload stuff when I have like 40 things to upload, and obviously I don't care enough otherwise. Oops. I really don't like their system there. It's supposed to be some sort of anti-spam system, but it just results in me not doing anything for them, so whatever. Nah, dude, it's got to be Hoop Thrower. And I think it's Thorun, Thorun. But you can check it out. You can call it, fuck, what was I going to call the Emojin worker? Oh, actually, shit, I just remembered I have laundry that I should go grab. Oops. All right, well, I'll finish sealing off all of these bits and pieces, and then I'll run and grab my laundry, and when I come back, I'll mess around with Arax base and the approach to it. I feel like the more like, it's hard to describe, but it's almost like a linear approach, I guess. It feels better to do something like that than to well, the alternative was basically to um, just work on like one area and then move to another area and work on that, and you have this gap between the two areas. And that's what happened in the second map's development for a while, and then I had to like figure out what made sense to go from one to the next. Whereas if you at least have like a bare bones understanding of what you're working towards, it really helps to actually work to that area. Like go like in the map editor, develop areas from one area to another area. Like what I was just doing between Deimos's base, the green star location, and Arax base, the white star location. So and that just happens like when you're saving normally, like you don't have the Starcraft open at all. That's a really weird error code to get. I feel like maybe you should try running SEM Draft as admin or something. That might get rid of that issue. Or taking full control over the directory that you're trying to save to. Like if you're trying to save to program files or something, then you might not have write access. That's the only other thing that I could think of, though. Hmm. Could not run save map. I'm trying to think of like what else could be causing it. Have you tried saving to a different location? Like doing a save as and then saving to your desktop or something? I know it's not convenient, but that might help to narrow down the cause of the issue. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would just try running the program as administrator or something. Maybe that will help it, because it sounds like you just don't have, for whatever reason, you don't have write access to the directory you're trying to save in normally. If it still happens despite that, then yeah, I've got no idea then. That seems, it's like such a strange thing to run into. I don't even remember what Fed Unit 12 is. Oh. Fed Unit 12 is... I used that in Full Toilet. In Rescue Son. Where is that? Hold on. Ah, why is that called that? What the fuck? Oh yeah, the upside down add-ons. I forgot about those. Psychotic. A Theocraft, by the way. It was the Dread Eye, I'm pretty sure. NK Chunk. Yeah, the Dread Eye. Check it out, dude. I DM'd you some stuff. Good job, SCM Drift. Excellent work. Hey, my chat crashed. What the fuck? Never seen that before. Should be able to fit some small ramps in there with minimal extra tiles. But I've been wrong before. Okay. Well, that's another thing scratched off the list in terms of areas that needed additional development to be complete. Okay. Now, obviously, I still have to add the ramps over there, but should be easy enough. But for now, I'm going to BRB because I have to get my laundry and use the bathroom and all that other fun stuff. So see you in a couple minutes. You! Bing Bing. What's up, dude? What's up, you? I want to be able to throw stuff like this down just for the sake of having more elevation in the map and not worry as much about stuff, but it's still pretty limiting because either I make it so that the high dirt encroaches as a body very close to the temple, or vice versa, like the temple encroaches to the high dirt, or I just have these like really random hills and stuff. I don't want to use too much raised jungle, if any at all, in this map for the sake of making the geography distinct. That being said, I guess I could mirror this over here. So what is this? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, something tells me this is a little off center, man. It's aligned otherwise, but oh, maybe these are what's off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're both 9 apart. So what's going on here? 1, 2, 3. That's also symmetrical. This is the kind of distance that can't simply be explained away by the isometric perspective. I guess I can just cut it in one. That might be enough.
You have reached your upload quota.
It's I with an A, but that's okay. That also works. I'm glad Started just basically crashed, so can't even look at the rest, but I feel like that I remember converting the Tempest graphic, but that was a while ago. Okay. I do actually have Temple Cliff Dirt done, so that's pretty useful. I've already had to fix this up once, but I don't remember if I made tiles for it for every permutation. I don't think I did. Maybe I did. Good luck finding it in this fucking mess of a tile set. Holy moly. Just keep scrolling. There's grass mud. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's jungle blend only. Okay, pretty sure I can make a... dirt blend of that easily enough. Dude, that game is a mess. I guess rather unsurprisingly, but still. It's a disaster. It did not have enough time spent on QA. And on top of it all, they just throw random shit at you. It's pretty ridiculous. What I don't understand about it though is why it like it basically interrupts itself all the time, so that you can experience the story instead of actually experiencing it, you know? So that's pretty cool, I guess. Not quite sure why they decided that that was a good approach. But yeah, the game definitely has some PC port issues. I think they just stuff probably also happens on the console where men just vanish. But I think the reason for it is a bit more... I don't know, man. It's just it's a mess no matter how you look at it. But it seems to be like a lot of the problems that I'm seeing from it seem to stem from issues related to how the game itself is constructed. So, on like a more code-based level, where they are presumably like deleting shit from existence right in front of you because they assume that the architecture of the consoles can't handle it. Yeah, that's also pretty epic. I mean, Batman tries to. It basically is a walking simulator sometimes, or like a flying simulator, without any of the good things that you might assume are related to such an experience. How was your walking simulator quote unquote experience though? Was it epic? I mean, I shouldn't even have to ask a question like that. Of course it was. Wow, that sounds like a game, all right. Remember when I said I would be able to do this without that much custom tile work? I was fucking wrong about that, but that's okay. Oh, check that out. I have one of the tiles. That's pretty cool. I appreciate that you specifically censored the N. Very progressive. There was just one fatal flaw to his plan. He was white. Well, we've got my sprawling temple complex thing going on here. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, people have tried that before. They also use like the Twilight maps where they have the Basilica tile where it's like whatever that's supposed to be the Dark Templar version of whatever the fuck. I guess their version of temple. I think I ought to extend this a little bit. Well, that was actually unironically the plan for some of my the Hydra maps, but we kind of hit a roadblock there because what I wanted to do was create tiles that would actually block air pathing, so that you couldn't just fly into the building, and you had to enter into either dedicated passageways that would be like sort of like air only entrances for installation or something like. Basically, ground units wouldn't be able to path into them, but they'd be like giant windows, maybe something like that, or just holes in the terrain. So I wanted to do stuff like that, and also just have the flyers be able to fly in through the doors. But in order to do that in this engine, you'd have to spend months fucking reprogramming the pathfinding. So good luck. Hey, whatever happened to your Joe Rogan dream, DF? I want to see that in reality. I want to see me humping as I paste humph emojis on tiles and kiss them, or whatever the fuck that dream was. That needs to come into reality, okay? That needs to be real. Please and thank you. I told him that, and he said that that wasn't true. So he gets it even when he's saving to desktop or something. So which obviously you can't run a map through in StarCraft if it's saved to desktop. Hmm. Oh wait, fuck. Idiot. Asshole. Moron. Oh, I'll give you a rear permission, alright? What's wrong with you? Don't go and read literacy checking bouncing boy. Bouncing boy. Bouncer boy. It was supposed to be locker room bouncer boy, but people couldn't even read the pinned messages, so I had to put literacy in the channel name, and that sort of helped. But still, some people go in there and don't even read, so it's over. Oh no! I picked the wrong one. Yeah. What a guy that. You can only imagine that man was epic based on his username, but he didn't stick around very long. Well, I think I ended up booting him because he didn't say anything, but I don't remember. I shouldn't really have allowed him in the first place, but his username was too funny, so. Alright. Yeah. What even is an inbox feature? I mean, I'm not even running regular Discord, so it might not even be something I have access to. Is this like a recent feature, or are you just talking about the fact that you can check pinned messages? Like, I know there's a feature where you can check your recent mentions and shit like that. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Oh, okay. I wonder if that has actually been an improvement over the default system. I guess the unread messages thing is actually related to uh, like it's more so related to people using like if they actually make it so that you get notifications from people messaging, like posting messages in a server or something. I've never used that feature though. I've always turned it off because it's annoying. I get notifications for messages in my server, but that's about it. I wonder if it would be reasonable to drop an expansion over here. Probably not unless I were to move the main base of Arak back a little bit. Yeah. There is a weird psychological thing where if I see an unread notification in any capacity, I always have to like either look at it or dismiss it, but either way I've got to interact with it. So I can't just like allow it to be there. Like I remember it's probably just a factor of like growing up with it or something. Because I've seen other people's phones where they have like 999 plus email notifications or something, like the little badge there that says you've got so many notifications for that. And I wouldn't be able to, I would have to look at it. Like I would have to get rid of it, dismiss it in some way. I can't stand it. So that's probably not healthy, to put it bluntly. It's probably not what you actually want. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's deliberately designed to be that way. At best, it was a happy accident that they stumbled upon a formula like that. Hmm. All right. It's kind of mentally ill how I've committed a lot of these blends to memory. It's a little goofy. I know exactly which tile blends with which other tile. Hmm. Okay. Probably add some more stacked stuff over there to tighten the border a little bit so that it feels a bit more like a smaller entry point. I really need to spend a little bit of time building up some more uh, ramps for the higher ground so that there's more variety. Right now I only have the default north one, which, I mean, we only have one north one anyway, but I only have that, and then I have the default south one, and we have so many south ones that I could be putting in here, so... Alright. So that's pretty good progress. What's up, Balethal? Welcome, dude. How you doing? What's going on? Oops. I'm in the wrong faction. Holy moly. Well, that's it, man. We've got 3 players placed. Just eating breakfast. What are you having for breakfast, dude? It wouldn't happen to be epic, would it? I'm actually expecting some G Fuel to come in later today. I wish it was my mousepad, to be honest, though. I'm definitely on the outs with this one. This thing sucks my left testicle. But that'll be coming in a couple days. Hey, eventually Amazon will be dropping off shit via drone. Via Batman drone, specifically. Corn, I agree. Hey, DF, did you like the fact that we got fucking DF and K? And what even is this? I guess it's teal. We got DK. DK wants to shake the screen to make things more epic, dude. How's that make you feel, DF? Oops. Dude, why Windows? Why do I have to click it twice? Jesus Christ, might as well make me click it 3 times. I don't know why I don't have fucking proper ownership over this stuff. I guess maybe if I made 7-zip admin, that would get rid of it, but I don't know for sure. I just don't know why they want to shake the screen. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Why, man? Alright. No. I'll be deciding whether or not I want to pursue additional work in the upper part of the map for the last Zerg and last Terran player, or if I want to focus on the bottom right. I think it makes more sense to focus on the bottom right, since that's where there's 2 Protoss players, including the actual player of this map. So I should probably just iron out this area, finish up this bottom left area as well. Try to get the bottom strip more complete. So that's probably what I'll do when I get back, but I just got to use the bathroom and grab my laundry from the dryer. So I shall return in a few minutes. And when we do, we'll be getting some fucking work done, man. So see you then. I am back. I am Speed. This made you wonder why the SE screen is locked on an 8-pixel grid. It can be 1 pixel smooth, no problem, so it has to be a hard code, but why? I assume it's because if you're at a 1-pixel grid, things like building, or if it's 1 pixel instead of 8 pixels, things like buildings and so on are harder to fit, like, I guess tiles, because of the tile nature of the buildings and of the terrain. That would be my assumption anyway, that that's what they're concerned about. It's not really a good excuse, but it sort of explains something. I think. Huh. Well, I've got no idea then. It's just some dumb lard code. Apparently, even the remaster developers didn't know why. I mean, that's not really much of a fucking comparison since they didn't know why a lot of things. But you get the idea. Yeah, some of them didn't know how, others didn't know why. Where there's a you, there's a me. Great. I have no idea where the tiles that I'm looking for are. As usual. Oh, found them. All right. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Hey, DF, do you think it would be feasible to redo part of, like, basically, like we were talking about jungle-themed cliffs instead of the Badlands copy cliffs that we have here? And I was thinking that we could do something potentially for the same, like, the same kind of thing would be doable for Coastal Cliff, except it would actually work with the palette that's used for Swamp. So we would have functioning, like, water or whatever, right? But it would serve a similar coastal role, like be unbuildable, unwalkable, so that we would have multiple types of water. Like basically, it's deep water versus shallow water. I don't know if that would be something you'd be interested in exploring. I know that for your project, you're probably not really using much in the form of like jungle or anything like that. So it's probably got limited utility for you, but it could look pretty good in my opinion. Oh, I just realized I forgot to copy this over. Yeah, well, the issue is just whether or not we'll be able to actually do it. You know what I mean? Like, the workload itself is more what I'm getting at here. I don't know if it's something you're exceptionally interested in exploring in that regard. Right. Well, in that case, let me know if I can do anything to help. As usual, I'm not really able to offer much aside from moral support, it seems like, but just let me know.
Just say the word.
Wowee, this is a tight fit. Not quite sure if this will be functional. You know, we'll give it a shot, I guess. Okay. Ray Kurzweil style, dude. I got you. Yeah, I'm almost certain this is not going to work, by the way. So we're gonna try something a bit different. Well, there you go. It's a little something. Man, that took some time to get down, but it's alright. Should work fine. There's a nice big clearing over here for you to put buildings down. I guess it's not a huge clearing, but it's still something. Alright. So now all we have to do is arrange this like so. There's so many buildings now. It's pretty epic. Actually, I have to scroll down pretty far to get to them. Well, there you go. Now we just need to sort of finalize the right-hand side of their base. Obviously, work towards the integrating the rest of the the top side of the map, and then actually updating the top side of the map. I should be able to do a little bit of that later today, and a bit more tomorrow when I do my next stream. So thanks for joining me, everybody. Thanks for hanging while we got some work done today. Feel pretty good about that. I'll go ahead and commit the changes. We'll say flesh out Eric, Deimos, Protoss, and Salamir. Layouts, flesh out, center, map center. So there you go. Very nice. I will catch you guys at some point soon. Not sure if there'll be any video content uploaded today after the stream. My rest of my schedule is kind of busy. Maybe I'll be able to smash out another Batman video. But in a way, hopefully not, because that game is really psychotic. Either way, I'll catch you guys tomorrow for sure for another mod stream. Stay tuned. Mwah. Bye.